Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Media. Today, I'm joined by Caleb to kind of just do an updated discussion on Splatoon 3. We meant to do a discussion after the Nintendo Direct in February, and we just never got around to it. So I thought it'd be a good time before any impending Nintendo Direct or Splatoon 3 Direct to kind of just get our thoughts out here. I'm not too sure your actual full opinions on this game, Caleb. I'm going to be honest with you, and I know I might get hate for this. I don't really see why this game exists. They haven't really showed us that reason. So let's start with you, though. What's your current stance on Splatoon 3 as it is?
I mean, I liked the first two games, and I'm probably gonna like this one too. So obviously, I'm gonna buy it at launch. But
same. I should say, not to cut you off, I am excited for the game. I just haven't seen a reason for them to make another game.
Yeah. The only thing that I would really care about right now for the game is gonna be like the single player, because the multiplayer is obviously gonna be the same.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be, though. I mean, yes, it's going to have some of the same modes. It's going to have turf war. It's going to have tower control, probably. Splat zones. But there should be more. So, when we saw that February Direct, I was expecting something new. And even, like, the story mode, we haven't seen that much of. We saw, like, the little bit of, like, the destroyed Eiffel Tower and, like, seemingly free-roaming, kind of. I want to see more of that. Or something entirely new. Showing Salmon Run, I think, was probably the worst thing they could have done in terms of my excitement for this game. Salmon Run's cool. I like Salmon Run. That's something you should, like, last in, like, a Splatoon-focused Direct. I don't think that's something you market to everybody with. Even just seeing more of the regular multiplayer, I think, would have been better for that Direct. But
yeah, I think they're just going to have more of a focus on the Salmon Run and the Salmonids this time, just because obviously they were introduced in the last game, but remember there was that teaser image from, like, a couple years ago. It said, like, Save Our Salmons. It said, like, 2020 or something.
I assume they'll be integrated into the plot of the story mode, right?
Yeah, because you already have, like, a little dude following you. That was in the first trailer.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I do like that. That's good. $60.
Yeah.
Here you go, Nintendo.
Yeah. So I assume they're going to be more involved in the plot, sort of like how the Octolings were more involved.
Yeah.
In the Octo expansion.
Yeah.
So,
and then there's like another race, isn't there? There's like a fourth race.
There's this. Well,
Squids, Octolings, Salmonids, and there's something else, isn't there?
Well, there's there's like a bunch of other creatures.
There's like another big really faction, though, isn't there? Am I tripping?
There's like the urchins, but
okay.
There's only like two of them.
Okay. I'm not sure what I'm thinking of then.
I mean, there's plenty of other. Obviously, you see like the shop.
Right.
And
Yeah.
stuff,
There's plenty
races,
of like random fish. Okay. Because I was thinking I was gonna say like, okay, they're gonna set up the fourth game in this, because they've been pretty consistent with in each game they set up the next game. If you even going back to Splatoon 1 with that final Splatfest where they chose who would be taken in the Splatoon 2 story mode, be it Callie Marie. But yeah, I don't know. I love Splatoon. Splatoon 1, I played the hell out of. Splatoon 2, I played a decent amount, and then I'm excited for this game. I love multiplayer games. Nintendo's normally better than this. Does that sound maybe a little pretentious? Nintendo's normally better than just releasing. This is like if they released. Ironically, if they released Mario Kart 9 and it was just like the same as Mario Kart 8 but with more tracks, which is funny because everybody wants that.
Yeah.
But the difference there is Mario Kart 8 is really old. Splatoon 2 is old also, but at a certain point they could have just updated it more. They could have added another expansion, right?
Well, it's also not to mention that Splatoon 2 was already made for Switch.
Right.
Mario Kart 8 is
yes. We already have our... Nintendo is very good about doing one game per franchise per system. Now, with the Switch seemingly only being halfway through its life cycle, if we're to believe that, it makes sense to do a refresh. Like, we're getting, another Zelda. We're getting another Xenoblade. We're getting another Fire Emblem Warriors. Probably another mainline Fire Emblem. So I guess maybe that's their process. But then we're not getting a new Mario Kart, which I guess that's a different situation entirely because of how well that game sold. But then we're getting
that's another discussion.
Yeah, it's just weird to me to make this game, and then when this game was announced last year, I just assumed it was going to be a bigger departure from the previous games, because why do another game like this on the same console? And I know it's kind of what's the word? Hypocritical of me to say this when I play Call of Duty every year. I completely get that. It's just the same game every year basically.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just kind of expect something different from Nintendo. This does not feel like a Nintendo move. This is like if they release another new Animal Crossing game next year. It's like after they just cut off support. Splatoon 2 was supported well, but they could have just kept supporting it. I guess maybe they just weren't happy with it, so they just wanted to do a quick little fresh reset. I don't know. It's just weird to me.
I mean, the cool thing this time is compared to like going into Splatoon 2 from the first game, that game took place in the same city, so you're gonna have like similar
What's the name of this
concepts
place?
and stuff of the new one.
Yeah, they give the name, didn't they?
They did. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like
I'll try to find it.
you're in a wasteland basically.
Yeah. But I will say the setting, and like you mentioned, the story mode is the thing you're most interested in. I completely agree. I think the story mode for this game will be the highlight, which is weird because Splatoon is a multiplayer game first and foremost. This game is known for its multiplayer. That should be the main thing. So that's just a little,
yeah. But
little interesting.
I do have like
that's the name of the entire area.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the name of the
Splatlands.
actual city, but yeah, Splatlands.
Yeah. So the thing that's interesting that I would like to happen is obviously the new maps and stuff. Like in Splatoon 2, they added the ink rails, which were last time were exclusively in the single player. Maybe they'll add the grind rails into maps this time.
Well, we
it's also
saw.
possible.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was thinking like just some other ideas that they could add, even not for like the multiplayer, but just like maybe the hub will be like an actual like more interactive. Maybe you can traverse it. You know what I
That'd be
mean?
cool. Like some grind rails like around the outside.
Like
just explore the
semi-open
hub.
world kind of thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe combine the main hub with like normally the story mode has like a separate hub. Maybe kind of combine that. Like you'll have your hub in the center and then you can kind of go out into the Splatlands. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say though, in the original reveal trailer, we saw it. There is some new stuff in multiplayer. Of course, you have the new like cross ink bow, which is cool.
Yeah.
And we have.
I've said there's gonna be new weapons.
Yes. Hopefully, there's more than just that. Because I mean, what Splatoon 2? What that just had the splat dualies, right? Basically.
That was like the
marketing
more
one.
weapons. Yeah, there was like the umbrella as well, and then there was the
the umbrella.
splat umbrella or whatever, and then there was a few other types I think, but
not any crazy like departures from gameplay already in the game though.
the only thing that they completely rehauled was the special weapons.
Yeah, and I'm assuming they'll do that again.
Well, we already seen they're bringing back the Inkzuka at the very least
From the first game, right?
Obviously, yeah, it's obviously not going to be as good as the first game.
Yeah, they're gonna. There's also like the spider bot, isn't there? Like you can like control like a little spider or something.
That's like a crab.
I vaguely remember seeing that. Yeah. But what I was gonna say originally though, talking about the multiplayer's mechanics, obviously squid jumping is a big thing. I don't think in Splatoon 2 it was as useful because the gamepad not being a thing just kind of. I personally always forgot about squid jumping on Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
But we see in the trailers you can actually just squid jump anywhere. Like you can pick a point on the map.
You've always been able to do that.
No, there's something different. Sorry. I haven't watched the trailer for a long time. I probably should have watched it before this discussion. When you spawn in, you dash in. You like launch in from this at the start of the map.
Yeah,
right?
You can pick a spot. Well,
At the
it's
very
sort of
start of the
limited
match.
because in the first two games, you start in like a little specific like little pod or whatever.
Mhm.
And this time, you can you still start in the back of the stage, but you can sort of launch a little bit more forward and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can't spawn on the other side of the map or anything like
The
that.
fact that this is something I needed to bring up in terms of new mechanics, I don't know. I feel like that's a bad sign. They need to do more. I don't know what that is.
I'm sure there's gonna be more, but
There better be. They just need to show.
Fundamentally, it's gonna be the same thing.
Yes. I just hope. Here's my hopes, and we were actually talking about this a little bit before doing this discussion. You were saying you hope they bring back every map from the other games.
I just want them to do that so that obviously because it's a new area, I'm thinking they could add new graphics and stuff, like a wasteland style version of these maps.
Okay, that I'd be okay with.
Which is what I meant. I didn't want them to be like a copy and paste, but
that's what they did in
all of
Splatoon
them.
2 though. So that's what I was expecting. Like, okay, there's gonna be copy and paste.
Like I said, that game took place in the same city. But I think that if they did a new style of the same maps, that'd be cool. And I just want them all because then you don't have to go back to the old games to play the maps.
Yeah, especially we did a Splatoon UQuest video a few weeks ago, and in that video I think we both kind of agreed. Like, I mean, maybe it was just me. I was talking to myself. I don't know, but I kind of thought like, okay, Splatoon 1 on Wii U is almost going to be more unique than Splatoon 2 because it's on the Wii U, whereas Splatoon 2 is theoretically just going to have a better game on the same platform. So going back to Splatoon 2 is going to be even weirder than Splatoon 1.
Yeah.
But talking about the maps, actually, yeah, what you said about it being Splatlands, that to me, that thematically, it would make sense to not have any of those maps unless they did completely remake them in that new Wasteland style. So if they do that, I'll be okay with that. But after Splatoon 2, man, I was just so burnt out on them reusing content from that first game. Because if you remember, I don't know, you weren't there, I don't think, when Splatoon 1 first came out. That game had no content. It had 5 maps when it came out. Maybe 4, actually. I think it was 4 or 5. And then they slowly drip-fed it throughout the summer and into the next year, which was fine at the time because, you know, Wii U didn't have much else going on. They cannot do that with old maps again. Splatoon 2 it's like, okay, guys, the Museum de Alfonsino is back. I don't even know if that one came back.
You know they absolutely will do that. But
I'm okay with them drip feeding it. I mean, I'm not okay with it.
I mean, that's the game where they really started doing that with.
Yes,
so.
I just don't want them to be doing it with old content again. It's so mind-numbing. I get that they have to do it with like weapons and like. Honestly, I'd be okay with them. Here's like a completely different topic, real quick. I would love if they just completely redo the entire weapon class system. Maybe make it like Call of Duty, where you just actually make a class. I would like to be able to do that. I don't think they will, because then they can't do their weekly weapon drop with its new special attached to the same weapon. You know, your Splush-O-Matic and your Splush-O-Matic Neo, they're not going to be able to do that if you can create a class, but I would like to see an actual create a class, but probably not going to happen.
But going back to the maps, something that I would like to do, or what I would like them to do, is obviously most of the maps from the first game were added to the second game, but there's still a few of them that weren't. Like Salt Spray Rig is still only in the first game.
Oh, that was such a good map.
And I would like them to add all the maps that were not in Splatoon 2 into Splatoon 3. And then obviously like Salt Spray Rig, because that takes place like over water, but Splatoon 3 is like in a desert. So that would be kind of cool to see like a dry version of that map.
Okay.
So
yeah. Okay, if they visually do something different, I'm okay with that. At least they put some effort in. Not that I'm like the effort police. I mean, if they just want to port it, be my guest, I guess. But I just think reusing the same content again for the third game would be, if we see more 8 towers in this game, I'm gonna be a little offended.
We absolutely will. That's the map.
I hate it. I hate it, dude. I don't actually hate more 8 towers, but the thought of them bringing it back again makes me want to kill myself. No.
The fact that it's in Super Smash Brothers as the map means that it's the map.
It is their.
So they're obviously gonna bring it back.
This is their Nuketown.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous to me because really it should be Walleye Warehouse.
They needed to bring back what was the beach one?
That one was cool. I forget the name of it. As the water like rose and rise and stuff. Yeah, that was really good.
Woohoo, something.
That was not Woohoo in Splatoon.
Wahoo. I think it had a W in it.
I think it actually was like Wahoo Plaza or something really close.
Wahoo
World
Resort.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
But yeah, multiplayer. Last thing on multiplayer, I guess actually. So currently in Splatoon 2, we have 4 multiplayer modes? 5 or 6? I don't even know. We have Turf War, Splat Zones, Tower Control, Rainmaker, Clam Blitz, which was the new one, and then of course Salmon Run, which if you count that, it's a separate thing, kind of. Can they keep all of them while also they have to at least add one more to the regular multiplayer? Do you think they'll keep all of them?
Main mode. I mean, do you mean like? Okay, because they added Clam Blitz later on.
Clam Blitz is the best ranked mode in my opinion. I think that mode is
I still have not. That's the one that I have not played.
So I'm okay with them experimenting some. I think, okay, here's the thing. We're about to get to this debate, I'm sure, about like the time restrictions they do and how they need to get rid of that. I would be okay if maybe they kind of like put one of them in the vault for a little bit, like an extended period of time. Like let's say Splatoon 3 comes out, and I don't know, I like Tower Control, but let's just say, for example, Tower Control isn't there. They're like, all right, it's going to come later in like a year, but for now we're going to give you this new mode. And then that way, when Tower Control actually comes back in like a year, it's an actual event.
I mean, that'd be cool because Tower Control, like, it's fine. Obviously, they can't do that with Splat Zones because that's like the main ranked mode.
Right. And I guess they could even do it with Clam Blitz. I hope they don't because I love Clam Blitz, but I don't know how popular
I think Clam
that mode
Blitz is going to be here to stay.
Wasn't there another one, actually? Did they
There was Clam Blitz.
They had like a... Or was that the special they added?
They only added one new mode.
Okay.
But obviously they had like a new special. It was like the hammer thing, the squeak hammer or whatever.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of, yeah.
But they did... What are the ranked modes? There's Clam Blitz, Splat Zones, Tower Control, and there's like one other one.
Rainmaker
yeah.
and Tower Control kind of overlap a little bit, I think. I think people like Rainmaker more. I like both of them. But I think if you're going to vault one of them, probably Tower Control. And then I don't know, I'm not going to theorize what they could add. I mean, even just like a free-for-all mode, maybe not even as ranked, would be kind of cool. So just more modes. And for the love of God, Nintendo, let's go and start talking about this. Believe in your player base enough to have separate playlists for everything. Splatoon is huge. Splatoon 2 sold over 10 million copies, I'm pretty sure. That is not a small number of people playing Splatoon.
Okay, so obviously you talked about the restrictions with like Salmon Run, right? Obviously, first of all, make that
especially if that's a big selling point in their February Direct. Hey, Salmon Run's back, guys.
Make it playable 100% of the time, and make every map and mode playable at any time.
I'm not even as set up. I'm not even okay. I'll say this. Modes, absolutely. Restricting a mode is the stupidest Nintendo BS I have ever seen. Maps, maybe let people vote like in Mario Kart, but then people will start voting for the same map over and over. I'm not sure. You don't need to have every single map, but you need to have more than 2 or 3 or whatever it is. Yeah. Have it be 10 in a rotation at a time. If by the time this game support is done, there's like 25 maps, have it be 10 in rotation every day. That would be okay, I think. But 2? Every 4 hours? No.
Yeah. The thing is, right now, the only thing I can think of why they wouldn't make every map available is just so that the idols can say something every time you boot up the game.
Which will still be there. Which will still.
It absolutely will still be there. And you better be able to press plus to skip.
Oh, you won't be able to. You won't be able to because Nintendo, for some reason, really wants you to not be.
That was literally besides like the map switching was literally the main complaint of the first game. They never addressed it.
Yeah. Just some quality of life stuff, man. I think that Splatoon is so great. It is such a great new IP. Nintendo just needs to actually do it right. And I'm not saying they didn't do it right necessarily before, but they can do it better. They can do the series more justice than what they've done in the past. Especially because Splatoon 2, I mean, not to step on anybody's toes here, it was very quickly slapped together. They did not give that game the time it needed.
By the way, was when Octo Expansion came out, was that when Octolings were playable, or was that like at launch that you could do that?
Octolings became playable when Octo Expansion came out.
Did you have to buy the expansion?
Yes.
For that?
You needed to. I'm pretty sure you needed to beat it.
That's stupid.
Well, I don't know what you're about to go on.
No, I'm pretty sure they showed that they're playable from the start.
I think they did show that.
Because like that was in the first trailer. It showed like customize your character or whatever.
Now, you mentioning Octo Expansion is interesting to me because we've recently seen with Nintendo's first-party games, ever since they introduced the Family Plan on NSO, they've been doing these big DLCs that you get for free with the Family Plan. First, they did the Animal Crossing New Horizons Happy Home Paradise expansion. Then we got the Mario Kart DLC Booster Course Pass, which you get for free with the Family Plan. Yeah. They're going to do something with this game. I don't know what. Maybe it'll be another single-player thing. Maybe it'll be some sort of multiplayer exclusive access to something. They're going to have some big paid thing that will be free through this. I don't know what, but they will. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that if they're going to make DLC for the game, it's still going to be different than like what Call of Duty does. They're not going to add like skins or emotes as DLC. I don't think they're going to add maps as DLC either.
Emotes are a good idea.
I'm pretty sure they're already in the game because we saw like one of the characters.
I think you're right, actually. Yeah.
In the trailer, at least I think those are. I hope those are emotes.
Your Inkling just does it without your control.
Yeah. Yeah. You just can't even move.
Yeah.
But yeah. I hope they do just like it'll probably just be like story DLC, like Octo Expansion.
I think they'll do something with multiplayer too, though.
Think so?
I think when the game comes out, you will get some sort of exclusive. Maybe it'll just be like some skins for your outfits. Maybe that's what it'll be at launch. And then like a year later, you'll get like a full story expansion. I don't know how well Octo Expansion did. I hope it did very well because it is the best Splatoon thing they've done.
It is the best single player campaign.
Yes, by far. Now, Caleb, it is April.
Yes.
When do you think this game is coming out? They've said summer. I was expecting it to come out in May or June. In June, we're getting Fire Emblem and Mario Strikers, so that's off the table. I guess July, probably, right?
Well, the first game came out in May. The second game came out in July. But the fact that they haven't said a release date yet, or like a month.
Hey, before you say whatever
I think it'll probably come out.
Before you say this, Splatoon 2 did not have a date until May. So take that for what you will. So
it came out
there's still time.
2 months later.
Yeah.
Okay. So, given that, I don't remember exactly what all the release schedules are for the Switch right now. I would say the game is probably going to come out in July or August. That's my guess.
I think July is the most likely bet. We also have Live Alive coming out in July, but Nintendo doesn't seem to care about when JRPGs are coming out versus other games. So we got Kirby and Triangle Strategy this month, so I don't still care.
Because if you're interested enough to buy a JRPG,
you're buying
that's not going to... Yeah.
Exactly. So
you're not going to be like, I have to pick between Splatoon 2 and whatever name with like a 12...
I remember, I think it was... or no, it's 2017, I'm sorry. There was nothing in July in 2017 except for Splatoon.
Like the 12-word long name.
Now, Caleb, obviously we're going to keep a close eye on this. I think there's a good chance we get a Splatoon Direct soon. Maybe even this month. Maybe early next. So? I don't think we're waiting until E3 to see this game. If they wait until E3, we're not getting into like August. E3, the time frame. If they wait until June to show this game again, we're not getting it until September. I'm just going to be honest. Yeah. Because they're not going to release it in August at that point. So I think we'll see it this month, maybe early in May, and then get a July release day. I think that makes the most sense. But with that said, do you have any other closing thoughts on Splatoon 3 before we wrap it up here? Caleb?
No.
No.
That's basically it. I mean, we covered everything pretty much. Obviously, we can talk about this forever, but like, there's not much to talk about right now.
Which is weird because we've seen 2 trailers. I feel like there should be more.
We've seen 2 trailers. The second one wasn't anything though. It was just
you got fish
expansion's back,
and you can and you can throw the eggs now, which it is cool.
Yeah,
but it's not groundbreaking.
That's gonna be the big new feature of the game.
Yeah. I just want to make it clear if you made it this far into the discussion. I know I've been a little negative. I am extremely excited to play this game and cover it for you guys on the YouTube channel. It's going to be a big game for my channel, I think. I'm going to really go hard on this game. I'm excited for Splatoon 3. Bro, I was on the Squid boards, the Smash boards equivalent. I was a mod. Like, I am a Splatoon fan at heart. I've just been a little burned out recently, and I want to see something new and exciting from the series. Caleb?
Think they're going to do a test fire?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We will get a demo. If they're doing a Switch Sports demo, we'll get a Splatoon 3 demo. After that Splatoon Direct, they'll announce it, and then that'll probably be around like I don't know, like early June maybe. But there you have it, guys. I think we're both tapped out on Splatoon topics. Caleb, where can people follow you on the internet?
I'm on Twitter at Caleb_Bravo99.
Well, you're also on YouTube at CDog, where you're going to start making Splatoon content and Wii U content.
Not yet.
Ooh. Comment down below if CDog should make a YouTube channel about Wii U. I'm telling you, man, you could pop off. But there you guys have it. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at BoDocsMedia. Subscribe here for more Nintendo, 3DS, Wii U, Splatoon, Kirby, whatever the hell, Pokemon. I'm waiting for that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer to drop because that's coming soon. I can feel it. Until next time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
See ya.